Welcome
to the A.S.S,
the Amber&Sophie Show!
Hi, I'm Amber,
And I'm Sophie.
and today we're going to start a very interesting topic.
How to make someone fall in love with you blindly, step by step.
First and foremost, I notice you all, in general, including myself in the earlier stage, you would emotionally invest into the guy too quickly and too early in the earliest dating stage. In any type of relationship, the guy has to like you way more than you like him. In any type of relationship, I'm not gonna care what you're gonna say, but unfortunately, this is just how any relationship works. Otherwise, it will just not gonna last long, and you'll just end up having heartbreak.
It works like that in general. And why? Simply because men's and women's brain, physiologically speaking, don't work the same way.
Yeah, and I don't recommend you to start thinking about marriage, kids, a life together when the guys only took you one dating Applebee's.
Yes.
And if you are the type of girls who would invest emotionally and fall for a guy head to the toe too early and too easily, unfortunately, none of these tips is going to help you later on. So I think you have a lot of work to do on yourself.
First,
learn how to love yourself and put yourself first, okay?
And then you can try to do those advices. Okay, let's begin. So first, you have to be his type.
Make sure that you're focusing on the right target. This is very important. I've heard more than once from different men. The first time they saw their wives, they know she's one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they think she's a 10 out of 10. Even maybe in another man's eyes, she's probably just an ordinary 6. But in his eyes, she's absolutely stunning, 10 out of 10. And remember, men have very different tastes when it comes to women. So you might be a perfect 10, but some men would probably not be interested in you. Whereas you could be a 6, yet in a man's eyes, you're an absolute 10 out of 10. And if a guy doesn't think you are the 10 out of 10 from the start, there's absolutely nothing you can do to change his mind.
Yes.
I repeat, you have to stun him from the very first sight. Ensure that you always present yourself at the best all the time. And focus on the right target. This is just going to save you a lot of time and energy.
Yeah, just put the best image of you in front of the people you want to impress.
Exactly.
In this case, a guy. But it's also work for us women. We have different tastes in guy. I don't know. We just it's just beauty is subjective. It's the question of taste.
Yeah. When there are supermodels, I don't think they're really hot.
Yeah, but like in general, people think, oh wow, this actor is so hot and everything, but I don't think so.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's just a human being.
And some people think about the people that you actually fall in love with in the past. Maybe they're not that.
Yeah, when you see that, I don't want to think about those. But
so falling in love, appearance is very important, but it's not the most important. You don't need to look very good for someone to fall in love with you.
Yeah, it's the personality.
It's all about the psychological game.
Yeah, it's a whole package.
Exactly.
So second advice will be confident and don't put them on a pedestal.
You should always remember that. As a woman, you are always the prize. You should never chase a man. Your role is to sit there looking beautiful and let the man pursue you. While you can drop the hint, subtle encouragements if you're really interested in a guy, but that's it. It should never be the other way around. Pursuing a man will never ever work.
Okay, we can be sure of that, 99% sure, of course, because there is only a percentage of exceptions, like errors, and it's an exception that proves the rule, right?
Maybe. But have you ever seen an axe swing to the scorn?
No. Yeah, but no.
Even the most shy man, by his very nature, will pursue a woman he is interested in. If a man isn't pursuing you, simply because he's not interested, there is no question need to be asked. So always remember, women are the prize, and you are always on a pedestal.
Quick explanation. The physiology of men's brains. You cannot change the instinct of human behavior, so that's it. So third step would be genuine or act genuine to disarm them.
This is very, very important because I think at nowadays stage, no one really trusts another person easily.
Yeah, everybody has a kind of trust issues in certain levels, of course, depending on experience in life.
Yeah.
So be either you genuine, of course, 100%, or you act.
It's difficult to make the person to trust you for a short time, but we are going to help you with that. So Present a genuine image from the start when you're out on a date. I always give a man my undivided attention when I'm on a date. I would never try to reach my phone. I'll always make sure he is in the center of the conversation as if he's in the spotlight. And if you want to be treated as a queen, you must treat your man as a king. So show genuine interest in whatever topics he's discussing. And when you're in a conversation, try to lean your body a little bit towards to him, and always wearing a smile and nodding as agreement when he was talking about something. And also, avoid engaging in any arguments for the first 3 days. It's unsexy. I know it's very difficult if you're like an alpha woman or like a big, strong-minded woman, but please try to swallow it.
Yes.
If you're after a provider type of man, like they hate it. So make him feel like the most important person in the room.
Remember, do not put him on a pedestal like we talked about earlier though.
Yeah.
Like he's a spotlight. Yes, you shouldn't put him like, oh, he's already amazing and he doesn't need to change.
No, but it's like more like don't outshine your master. Like make him feel like he's good, but still like you're on a pedestal.
And also, naturally, if you like someone, your body language is gonna show off. Like, you know, your body, you lean towards because you wanna listen. But the most important thing for me would be the eyes. Eyes are mirrors of the soul. If you're happy, sad, or angry, the person in front of you can simply tell by looking at your eyes. So, girls, be careful and train to the look of your eyes. You need to have the I'm happy, captivated, interested. But this is not enough, you know, to love him or to already fall in love with him.
More like a puppy eyes, you think?
Yeah, a puppy eye. You know, you need to have like stars in your eyes. Like you need to be really interested. But sometimes asking questions like, I don't know. But I know it's difficult to really understand that. It's also very hard for me to explain it. But it's natural. You do it without thinking about, and you do it every day actually.
Yeah, or it's just genuine interest in another person. Like ask about what he's interested, like because people like you more when you show you are really interested about the topic they're talking about or you're interested in them. You
ask questions and everything. You understand what's happening, and just you need to pay more attention to your eyes. If you know how do you say it again, a bitch face, like
the poker face.
Yeah, you have a poker face of shit. Don't do that in front of a guy.
No.
And also details. Ask details and all the more things that you do. It adds more authenticity and it's proving in a way that you're not faking it. Even if you lie, it's okay.
And also like I think it for the first dates, like you always listen more the guys than talking about yourself, because why, like you're gathering the informations and you can figure out what he's actually interested in, and don't start showing too much about yourself. So actually this is gonna be the next point, the point 4, be mysterious. So say only 30% about yourself and more focusing on them. Being mysterious is like utmost importance because a man will fill in the gaps with his own imaginations, and it often leads to the most favorable scenario. So he doesn't fall in love with you as an individual, and it will usually take a long time to actually know what is another person actually is. But rather than with the ideal images of you that he created in his brain, you can use his imagination to do the dirty work for you.
Yeah, it's just like he put expectation on you. Everybody actually put some kind of expectation and standards in a way. You know, if you show him that you really like him and everything, and you just, you know, interested in what he's saying, then he will be like, oh wow, she's better.
She's good in this, so she might be also good in XYZ too.
Yes, you know, it's a good expectation actually. And but remember, for the 30%, you need to choose wisely what you're gonna tell. And this depends on the guy's personality. You cannot, it's an advice you need to be flexible with. You need to be adaptive. But no worries, in case of mistakes or things you think you should have said, or you know, you can always try to smile and disguise this as a joke. Please try avoiding them that you want to be like, you know, a dictator or like you hate someone, like you this is just bad image for yourself.
And if you notice like when you say something inappropriate, like their facial expressions change, please stop. Like no matter what you're speaking, just like try to smoke and try to change this topic.
You know what I mean. Of course, maybe he's like you and he hates, I don't know, whatever, XYZ something, and why not? Y'all happy, and in most cases it's gonna be complicated to change his opinion if he doesn't think like you. By trying to justify yourself all the time, it's just going to make it worse, because you're trying to justify something. No, it just doesn't work like that. This is a dead end. You just try to stop. Okay, so for the 5th advice, you'll need to enchant them massage their ego in a way. Like, just make them feel heard.
Ask yourself a very important question. What is his ideal images? Everyone has very different ideal images. What he thinks himself is. Once you have discovered it, your task is to reinforce this ideal image of himself. Use a lot verbal affirmations and compliments on him on the work that he has accomplished, not the quality that he was born with. For example, like if you want to praise a man, you would say something like, "Oh, so what kind of work did you do to how to achieve the current status that you right now?"
You're so smart.
Yes. But you don't praise on a man. Oh my God, you're so handsome. I think this because this is if a man is handsome, he knows he's handsome, and this is what he's born with. Like he doesn't have to work. Yeah. He doesn't need to work on this thing. So if you compliment on the things, it's useless.
Yeah, like if he does work out and you know that he's really into gym and he changed a lot, he does. Oh,
he's so fit.
Oh, you're so fit. Did you went to the gym? Like, flirting a bit, And he will be like, "Oh yeah, I went to the gym. I have big muscles, He's a guy. He wanna show off, and he's happy that you're saying that because it's just normal. He needs to have this treat. Like he's just like a puppy. Like he did good things in a way. He did things to be the best version of himself. And when you can, notice what he does, then he will be like, "Oh wow."
Exactly.
He's happy.
And this is also very important to be intelligent because most men, they want an intelligent girl in their life. But please don't outshine them. Don't overshadow them or give an impression that you're more intelligent than they are. Like Sophie last time, she said, if she was a man, she would want a woman who is smart but not smarter than me.
Yeah, you need to be a bit dumb, but you play dumb, but
not dumb from the inside.
Yes, not from the inside, just compared to him.
Yeah, it's more like like when you're kids, if you're a mom and the kids come back from the school, like, the answer. You ask, "Hi, baby, how are you at the school? Like, what did you learn today? Oh, really? They told you that?
Oh,
wow,
amazing.
Tell me more about it. Oh, so you learned X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah." Like, exciting. And of course, the answer, but still, like, you act kind of stupid and they like that.
Yeah, of course, because they feel like they can give you something that you don't have.
Treat them as a kid.
You can learn from him. But you're not stupid. You can, woman-splain.
Even the answer, don't.
Yes. If you really want, some people, I know characters are different, but if you really want to explain something because you know that he's wrong, you can try to explain it. Try to be a bit unsure of what you're saying, and you need his advice to correct in any case you're something, like saying something that's wrong or you're not sure.
Yeah.
Just about the subject that he likes or he knows a lot. Like he loves, I don't know, cars.
Yeah.
You say, "Oh yeah, I'm not sure, but like, is this the Maserati, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh no, it's not."
Let him correct himself.
Yes.
But don't be the one that correcting them because like men hate being corrected. That's why like if your boyfriend are out there and he is driving the car and you tell him, "Babe, this is not the right direction. Please don't do that." Even he's driving to the wrong direction, don't tell him. Like he will realize because they really hate doing that. Because this is about the man's ego.
Yeah, it's just ego.
Yeah.
And depending on people, of course. People have like a huge ego or less. It depends. But like he would feel amazed and feel heard and appreciated. "Oh wow, she's asking me because she wants to know something that I know." And he can share, something that he likes. And this is just making conversations normal.
And another point is calling out their name. This is also very important to make them feel important. You calling their name. Okay, you calling Alex during the conversation. And while flirting to another level.
Yes.
Not many women dare to do that at the first date. But if you did this, it makes you stand out. Because most women don't dare to do this. It will literally, every time when you spell his name, Alex, it blow his mind. And without him even realizing it. And remember, the small details, as his food allergies, preferences of stuff, his birthday, his likes, dislikes, and so on.
Yeah, and like for the name, why we like that? Just, example. "Oh, hi, Alex," per messages, and also, in front of him. Oh, yeah, every time someone say your name, you will, have a reaction. You're like, oh yeah, she's talking to me. Wow, he feels important, and that's why.
Exactly.
And people, it's not, usually people don't dare to do that because we're not.
Say my name.
Yes, say my name, and like we want to feel heard. And when someone is like telling me, oh
It's like,
yeah,
I see you.
yeah,
I heard you.
Amber.
I'm here for you.
Yes, it's exactly what I meant. It's like people sometimes also forget to do that. And a tip also, if you have a short-term memory like me, you can write down those pieces of information like his birthday, his food allergies, what he likes and everything, in a note on your phone, or private, of course, on a paper that you're sure that nobody's going to find out. And so after a few days, weeks or months, if you're still saying him, of course, and the topic of what you were talking about and what you write down appears again, you can say, yeah, oh, I remember, yeah, you told me because you don't like that, so we can go there because you told me that you like this place, right? And he will feel like, wow, this woman, she knows, she remember like the smallest details of me, like
it must be so important for her.
Yeah, she's amazing because just human beings feel, oh wow, someone is really thinking about me.
Exactly. And we want love.
We want affections. It's normal, and this is details that make big differences.
Exactly.
Okay, for the next one, it will be open up with your own vulnerabilities.
Try to show your vulnerabilities at the right moment. Can help you gain the trust of the others. However, it's very important not to do it too early. Unless you're seeking for a short-term attraction, this could work in a short time. But review your vulnerabilities, and after spending some time with this person, give some more genuine and trustworthy impression.
Yeah, this advice can be used in any kind of relationship. Like, it will always work also for a friend or like family, anything. You may do that naturally already, and this is why people, like you or feel they can trust you, like from the beginning. But if you're someone that usually never say a word about yourself, or you're being afraid of saying those information of you because it's private, it can be used against you, usually because either of your past, or you don't want, or you want to have very strong XY reason. We don't really care. You just need to choose wisely the vulnerabilities you can show and you wanna show. Those that cannot really hurt you in worst case scenarios.
Exactly. I just wanted to add a little bit here. I think this is why important to show your vulnerability to others, because it makes them feel like, oh, they have something, they have the chips on you. So you are handing a knife to them, so you must trust them. So they will feel more safe with you. But if you're the person that is so perfect, you have no weakness, it will make people intimidated, because he feel like, oh, there's nothing about this person I can use for. So he would probably not gonna trust you and not share the core secret with you. But if you were giving him a little bit something, he would feel more safe and started to give you more.
Because it's just like, if you give something, then he would, give something in return.
Yeah,
because
it's about the feeling of like, oh, so she's willing to show vulnerability, so I can open up with her a bit more. Like, it means our relationship is getting a little bit deeper at this stage. But if you don't want to actually be hurt by the person, just use the trick before, like a fake kind of a vulnerability, like it would never actually gonna hurt you.
Yeah, worst case scenarios, you don't really mind if he knows that,
Exactly.
Okay, so next one, it will be study your target and become the only provider of his validation. Can you explain that more, please?
Of course, Sophie. Let them know that you understand, wholeheartedly agree with what they are saying, and show your compassion by saying, yeah, I couldn't agree more, or simply just totally trust me. By the end of that date, he will see you as the only person who truly comprehends him, surprising any woman that he ever met before, and he will think you understand him so much. Even if he goes to date with other chicks, he will still constantly think of you, and ultimately he will be drawn back to you. So don't worry about if you have any other competitions.
Yeah, because you will be different, and you need to make a difference, so he will choose you and not someone else, actually.
Yeah.
But if there is something you want to say, because you have a personality that's a bit stronger, you don't agree with him, or try at least to be compassionate and, relativize a bit. You already say, in my point of view, in my opinion, but I do understand and I see your point of view and I totally respect that.
I have a formula for this actually. But like I have the yes and, because a lot of people when they disagree someone, like they say yes but, like, but people knows like they're only concentrated on the but, and then no, but it's a strong signature of you're disagreeing with another person. So
Yeah,
you can say something like yes, 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 and after and you can talk about your own opinion. Also,
using another
it's
word than
like
but,
showing that you're standing together with this person.
like you're not against him. So
Exactly.
yeah, actually it's better not using the word but. There's no right or wrong in wanting to express your thoughts. Just be careful in what kind of subject you want to debate, what are you getting into. Because by doing this, it may show like the fact that you listen and you understand him, and he will be like, oh wow, maybe he didn't thought about that, and you just sharing something of your mind, and he can understand you more, and he could discover a new way of thinking also. But this is more exceptions, of course. If you know he is stubborn, then just don't do it.
Yeah. And 8 is don't show your true intentions. If your true intention is not love, but for example, power or money, make sure you never reveal it in your conversation. This is quite literally one of the most unattractive things that you could ever do, as it shatters illusions and diminishes people's interest. It's just like the guys they go into the first day and ask you for sex. Think about how unattractive that is to you. That is the same thing like when you asking for something from the first date or like a very early stage to a guy. He would eventually give it to you, but if by doing this, he would not want to give it to you. Feel like someone is coming with you for attention.
Yeah, for attention, or like, oh, you know that this guy's already in love with you, but there is no game to play. There is nothing, if he knows what you want already, then there is no surprises, and it's just annoying and boring. But as you know already, it's a mistake to show you true intentions at first. So you just need to be careful if when you're a bit tipsy, or you have influences, or like maybe you did drugs, I don't know, whatever. It's the same as negotiation. You need to focus. Negotiation, you say bigger price than what you really want. So explanation, you act like you are perfect for him and you are genuine, but you keep the real intentions for yourself. Intentions, it may be money, it may be love, but like if you by mistake say it out loud, like your true intentions, you can always play the card of it was a joking, it was just a joke, or you were raised by a parent that compensates the lack of attention by gift giving. You can always bullshit your way out of it. But if it doesn't work, then just stop it and lie until you feel like
fake it till you make it.
Yes, exactly.
So the 9th, use resistance or obstacles. If there isn't any of them, create them by yourself. Create unavailabilities, for example.
Okay, tell me more, because I don't really understand this advice.
People always want something they can't have.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, understand now. Continue.
Yeah, this is like the old Romeo and Juliet story, and it will always work. It's just simple human nature. That's when obstacles arise between two individuals, such as geographical distance, time difference, or parental disagreements. And these desire to eliminate these barriers is just gonna reinforce and leading to a stronger willing. It's like a glue she wants to him and her to be together. So if there is no natural obstacles, you have to create them intentionally. But avoid being overly available and give the impression that you constantly have other significant commitments that take priority over spending time with him, but don't overdo it so it looks fake.
Yeah, of course. Never.
Don't make him feel like you're playing game with him.
Oh, yeah, this is like the basic advice to give, but people forget it, so it's good to.
Yeah, but like the only way you don't make them feel like you're faking it is by actually being busy.
Yes,
just like plan things out of it, like plan go to out with friends, like it have the purpose in life in general.
Yeah,
that way you're fucking literally you're gonna like not have a lot of time for the men. Okay,
yeah. For example, we're just fantasizing on celebrities and dreaming about being with them. Like I don't know what kind of celebrities are famous, like Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, and they're famous, and because also they're unapproachable. So that's why we want that, because it's unapproachable. Same thing with object. You love this Chanel bag. This Chanel is beautiful, but unattainable in a way. I mean, of course you could if you buy it, but all your savings will be gone and you will eat pasta for the, I don't know, months or like maybe weeks, depending on your salary, of course. But it's just to say that you need to be quote unquote unapproachable. But still, maybe if he really wants, he might get you. Men like challenges, so please try to be one. Because if you're too easy to get, then anybody can have you, and this is not good for you. Not a good image.
And the next one is
the last one.
Yeah.
Oh wow, already.
Act like you're about to fall in love with them, but you notice like they start to give you more. But the point is act, not really fall in love with them.
Okay.
You have to give them the illusion that you're about to fall in love. You're verbally affirming this by saying like, oh, I like you a lot. I think I'm almost falling in love with you. Like, her, please don't really truly fall in love. And you would always let them to fall for you first. The key is to evoke the emotions in your targets while maintaining your own detachment.
Understand you more, yeah.
Yeah,
this is so good.
If you started being the emotional one first, and we all know women are emotional, if you started to really fall in love first, and then you're the freaking target, not him, so you wouldn't remain in a calm and a logical position and focus on your objective, and you will start doing stupid things. And once they are enticed and fall for you allure, you let it go. Remember, if you want something, you must be willing to let it go. So ask yourself, are you willing to let this man go?
This is just about the same shit as gambling, actually.
Yeah.
So,
if it returns to you, then it's forever yours. And make the man fall in love with you is very easy. But the formula of make any man fall in love with you is easy. It's just don't fall in love with him
first. And then you can, fall in love after all.
Like, but never love him more than he loves you. Like, if he loves you 10, like, you could go for 5, but no more.
Yeah, because you don't want to be taken for granted.
Yeah.
And this is just a game about, target and shooter, as you say. But I just prefer to call it prey and predators, pull and push, depending on the context, of course. You need to know when you should play the prey. Usually at the beginning, and sometimes after getting to know him a bit, depending on his personality, or during a date or just by text, you need to show a bit of your predator side. You can also call this pull or pulling. Also need to push, like you need to have a good percentage. Usually you will say 80% pull and 20% push.
Keep challenging him from time to time.
Yes.
Make him feel uncomfortable and pain.
Yeah, and he needs to try harder and be worthy of your time.
Yeah, like men like drama sometimes.
Yes, of course. Like they like challenges. So I will give you an example to understand what I'm saying. You reply to his first text of the day by, "Oh, I was thinking about texting you, but you did it first," like this cute emoji and stuff like that. Is this showing that you have interested in him? Yeah, you have interest. Like you just like him, but you didn't do the first step. And you play the game of pulling him by doing that. Then you can push him a bit, but not being available for a few hours because you're busy. You're working, you have something planned already, or you're doing something you like, or you're with friends. But before pushing, before telling him that you won't be available, you can try to suggest something that y'all could go together. So you plan something with him, and he's gonna be happy. Just like a puppy going to the park, he knows that he's going to the park, so he'll be happy. So you can try to plan something for the afternoon or for the next day, and the next week. Just, oh yeah, I thought about you told me you like the park, and we could go to the park and have a picnic. And then he will be like thinking about, oh yeah, I may go to the park with her and having a picnic. So nice, if he likes picnic, of course, depending on what he likes. He will be so cheerful to think that you're going to make some time for him and give him attention even when you're busy. And this is how you play. This is the best way.
Create unavailability and then surprise with your availability.
He will know that, oh wow, I know she's busy, but she's making time for me, and he will be very grateful. And just, of course, this is just a small things, all small things, and there is more to say, but was just to understand how to use this advice. Change it depending on your own situation. You need to be always flexible and adapt very quickly depending on the situation.
So that's our 10 tips for today's topic. And I think the foremost, I would just gonna repeat this because it's so important. Most important key is don't fall in love. If you want someone to fall in love with you, don't be emotional, don't fall in love, because that's very important. We basically covered everything. So if you liked what we said today, please like our content, subscribe, and share it with your friend, and follow us, Amber&Sophie Show, on all social platforms. It's all the same name.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao!